My name is Alan Lester Halcomb from Gordon, Kentucky.
Another story about my first coon dog. His name was Pedro. He was half beagle and half red bone hound. He looked like a Sherman tank. He had little short legs like the beagle and big long ears like the beagle, and the rest of him looked like a red bone.
Poor Pedro. Now, wait, how did you acquire this dog?
My sister Ruth, she lived at Middlesboro, and she brought me a little pup, just big enough to eat on his own. And he grew up, and when he was a year and a half old, I was trapping, and I caught a big old coon in the trap, just in hollering distance of the house. I hollered for old Pedro, and he came down. He just stood back and barked at it. I'd pick him up. Now this coon was tangled up in some brush and couldn't do nothing with his back feet, but his front feet was free to fight with.
Ooh.
I'd throw the dog on top of him, and that coon would eat that dog up alive. And
Pedro, oh.
So he finally get loose from it, get back over where I was at, and go back to barking at it. I did it so many times. The last time he just rolled back, couldn't get up, just wore out. And I pulled one of his ears apart and looked at it, and you could see holes through his ears.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, he was just laying there.
Yeah.
I let him lay there, and I set my trap back, and I said, well, when you get feeling better, come on home. And you could see the house from where I was at. Well, it took him about 2 hours, and here he come, dragging in. It went on for about a month that he got healed up.
Dad.
Now, I did not get a light and go walking through the woods, get this dog to run coons. He would go on his own initiative. When it got dark, summer, winter, and all, when it got dark, he was in the timber, in the woods, hunting raccoons. He intended on killing every coon in the world because that one whooped him so bad.
Oh, that's.
He got
Oh Lord, I don't know if that's the best way to train a dog. Woo.
But the best I ever had.
Best you ever had.
Best.
Sounds
number
like
one
it.
best.
Well, yeah, because your mom would wake you up.
Yeah.
Hearing them tree.
Yeah, he'd bark 5 barked, wait 20 minutes, and bark 5 more barked. But he could sit there and do that all night. And Mom would wake me up and say, well, Letcher, your dog's got another coon tree, you better go get it. I'd say, what time is it, Mom? Oh, 4 o'clock. Oh, well, I'll wait till daylight. Go in at the daylight, kill the coon, and it was every night he'd go hunting, summer, winter, and all. And especially in the summertime, it just about had to wait till daylight before you could see.
Yeah.
Up a big leafy tree.
Uh-huh.
But I'd go kill them. I couldn't sell the hides or anything, but I pleased my dog. And finally, he's about 10 years old, and he went crazy.
And you were pretty old then, yourself.
Yeah. I was through high school and stuff, and if you just raise your voice in the least little bit, he'd turn and go around the house howling like somebody was killing him. Yeah. And you never touch him. And Mom had my brother Harry to take him out somewhere and kill him. It was the end of Pedro, but
that was good of Harry to do that for you, to take care of him. I mean, it's not like now where you can go to a vet and euthanize them and it's all humane and that. That's how you could humanely put an animal out of its misery. Harry and Wallace had to do a lot of dirty work for you.
Oh, yeah.
Your little poodle dog, your first dog.
Yeah. I had 3 dogs put to sleep. I never did shoot one of my dogs.
No.
I just had them put to sleep.
Yep.
When I took Nancy's dog to the vet to get her put away, I told Moline, I said, this is just like having to take one of the kids to the funeral home.
I remember Nancy real well. She was a babysitter. Like,
Yeah, see?
she had a certain bark, and Mom would come out in that yard with a switch. She just knew if Nancy was barking, we were in trouble. She was a babysitter. She was a good dog.
Yeah, that's some good ones.
Talk about what kind of hunting your dad did.
My dad?
Your dad.
Yeah,
And then we'll talk about Andy. So talk about what kind of Irvin Halcomb. What
Yeah.
kind of hunting did he do?
The only kind of hunting he done was squirrel hunting. And there was no deer, no turkey, nothing to hunt but squirrels and rabbits.
And he did not like fishing.
No. As far as anybody knows, he never had a fishing pole in his hand. And Barlow taught my older brothers how to fish. He liked to fish.
Did Barlow hunt?
No, Barlow did not hunt, but he liked to fish.
Okay. You think your dad would have hunted other things if they would have been around, like a deer hunt and things like that?
Yeah. If we could eat it, he would have brought it in.
What about your father-in-law, Andy Bates? What about him with hunting? We've had a story before how you introduced him to fishing, but how about hunting?
Well, he just squirrel hunting. That's the only thing he hunted. Is all he had. Even the time me and Moline got married, he just squirrel hunting.
So how did he get into liking coon hunting?
Well, he was coon hunting when I met Moline. He'd been coon hunting a long time. I'd go over to have a date with Moline, and I'd be over there at the house with her, and Andy and little Bud would try to talk me into going coon hunting with him. And oh no, I think I'll just stay around here. Of course, he was just breaking my heart that I couldn't go coon hunting with him.
Yeah.
I was wanting to go, but I had other business to tend to.
But not long after being married, you started going coon hunting with them.
Oh yeah.
That didn't take long.
We'd go to Linefork, and a couple of guys lived over there, and go coon hunting. Yeah, we did a lot of coon hunting.
Now, little Bud, that's Cac's son, youngest son. He was young whenever you guys got married.
Yeah.
He was real young.
Like a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Well, he was in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
And he'd walk up that holler through the woods and down the other side, right off to his schoolhouse. And then in the evening after school, he'd walk back up the mountain, back down the holler to Grandpa's house. He lived with Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah.
Maybe on the weekends, Mom and Dad may come and pick him up. But that's the way he got to school. Finished 8th grade, and that was enough for him.
Well, he did well in the military and then mining work. He did well. Always a hard worker. A heck of a mechanic.
Yeah, got through Vietnam War, he got a dose of that Osage Orange.
Agent Orange.
Agent Orange.
Dad put 2 in tobacco in, by the way. Okay.
And he didn't have enough of that to destroy his lungs. He says awful taste and stuff.
My name is Alan Lester Halcomb from Gordon, Kentucky.